Well, good morning. Come on in here. Glad you're here. Look who's here.
Hello.
Simone. Great to have you, Simone, on the big desk. It's Wednesday, October the 23rd. Here's what we're working on this morning for you. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he will face down his own caucus members at a meeting a little bit later this morning.
And finance experts and economists are expecting the Bank of Canada to make an interest rate cut today.
Our family legacy is
also
rich.
Yellowstone's final season trailer. It's out. I tell you, it's a little musical chairs on Morning Live this week.
I know, but I'm here now.
Yay, good to have you.
Nice to be here.
In for Emily, who is in for Annette.
Yes.
And there's big Steve
And
Ruddick.
Steve.
Rudsy in for the vacationing Brian Wood, who is off to Portugal with a number of our wonderful viewers.
Yes.
Good to have you, Steve. You're working you're working a lot.
Yep.
You worked the 6th and the 11th, and you're back here this morning.
Everybody will be sick of me after 2 or 3
Oh,
Come
no,
on.
Steve.
Maybe by 6:30, but not this half hour. So.
All right, this half hour will be in good shape. All right, let's have a look and see what's happening on the highways. And it's a good start to the day. Good start to the day weather-wise, too, but also a good start today on the road. So quick look at things. Let's start down in Niagara, and we make the swing down through the Golden Horseshoe area. And again, okay, let's go down to our cameras there in the Niagara area. There we are, Garden City Skyway eastbound, very, very light at this particular juncture. Ontario Street, again, very light. By the Burlington Skyway Bridge eastbound coming towards us here. Traffic is building up but still moving in good shape. East of Guelph Line, seeing no problems. Up by the Ford plant, again, traffic's moving along quite nicely. West of 403, west of King Road, seeing nothing much happening out there. Also still fairly light, the 403 Mavis Road, as it would be a couple of minutes after 6. Although, last time I was in, it was quite busy all day long for the drive into work today, and still busy up by Pearson Airport there as well. 401 west of 400. Again, we're seeing things build up in the Toronto area, and 401 east of Yonge Street, seeing no major problems. So, good start to the day. Let's hope it stays that way. Weather-wise, it's not going to stay the way that we've been used to the last little while, but we'll get into that a little bit later on.
All right, thanks, Steve. Let's get to it, because an unknown number of Liberal MPs plan to confront Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, calling on him to step down as leader. It's expected to happen later today at the party's caucus meeting. Rumors have been swirling about a letter that a number of Liberals have signed with the hope of improving the party's chances in the next election. So far, only Prince Edward Island's MP Sean Casey has admitted to signing the letter urging Trudeau to quit. So the decision to step down as PM is ultimately up to Trudeau.
While staying in Ottawa, the nation's capital took a moment to honor the memory of Corporal Nathan Cirillo, who's being remembered as a hero of Hamilton on the 10th anniversary of his death.
He represented Canadian Forces and the consummate soldier that he was in professionalism. He showed up here, did his duty as expected to serve his country, and he did it with great honor and pride. He paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Family and military personnel gathered first at 9:52 yesterday morning, the exact moment the 24-year-old was gunned down in 2014. He was shot while standing guard on ceremonial sentry duty at the Canadian National War Memorial in Ottawa. Although some in attendance did not know Cirillo, many have connected with his family and friends following this tragedy. A public ceremony was held later in the day to continue honoring his memory.
Let's go to Quebec now, and the government is considering getting rid of daylight saving time. Yesterday, Justice Minister Simone Lynn Barrette launched an online consultation that Quebecers can fill out to see how they feel about abolishing the decades-old tradition, but did not commit to any timeline for legislation and didn't say whether the government would prefer to stick with the winter or summertime year-round. So back in 2020, Ontario did pass legislation to permanently remain on daylight time, but the bill was contingent on Quebec and New York State also making this move. But the minister says Quebec has full autonomy on the matter and could move independently, but added the government will take the position of its neighbors into account. The online questionnaire is open till December the 1st, and the clocks, oh shoot. Do they fall forward or fall back?
Fall back.
They fall back. Yeah. I always get this wrong. I should know this by now.
Spring forward, fall back.
Fall back. And that's falling back. I think it's falling back next weekend, right?
Yes.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
November 3rd. Yeah.
An hour of sleep. Well, finance experts and economists are expecting the Bank of Canada to make an interest rate cut today. Sean Cowan is live downtown Burlington with more. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Simone. Well, just how much of a rate cut could we see today? We'll find out a little bit later this morning, but some people are predicting 0.25 percentage point, while other people are predicting an even bigger drop by 0.5 percentage point. Now, over the past year, the Bank of Canada has lowered its key interest rates 3 times so far, bringing it to 4.25%. Economists and financial experts widely expect another rate cut today, but the question remains by how much. Statistics Canada reported last week that the annual inflation rate fell to 1.6% in September, dropping below the Bank of Canada's target of 2%, therefore giving the bank another reason to possibly cut interest rates even more today. For homeowners, a rate cut by the Bank of Canada will translate into lower prime rates at the big commercial banks, lowering the cost of a variable rate mortgage and other variable rate loans. So today here in downtown Burlington, as people are just waking up, going for their morning walk, perhaps grabbing a coffee, I'm going to get some people's reaction here this morning. I will send it back inside to you.
All right, thanks, Sean. Well, police are investigating a serious hit-and-run collision involving a van and a motorcycle. And this happened around 6 o'clock last night in the QEW in Oakville, Fort Erie bound, before Dorval Drive. The driver of the van fled the scene. Well, the motorcyclist, a 47-year-old from Oakville, was taken to a trauma center with life-threatening injuries. They have since been downgraded to life-altering injuries. We reached out to police for more information about the van's description. If you happen to have surveillance footage, you're asked to reach out to the OPP.
Well, Halton police are searching for a person accused of potentially setting 2 townhomes on fire in Burlington nearly 2 weeks ago. The fire happened around 6 in the morning on October 11th, damaging 2 units under construction on Turnberry Road near Appleby Line and Dundas Street. Now, no one was injured, and officers say the suspect was driving a red Dodge Charger and are asking anyone with information to come forward. Crime Stoppers of Halton, in partnership with Halton Police, they're launching the Community Watch pilot program in Southeast Oakville. This initiative aims to address concerns about auto theft, vandalism, and break-ins. Residents can sign up for the Community Watch newsletter or volunteer to boost neighborhood safety. Various initiatives are planned for the launch over the coming months. More details are available on our website at chch.com.
Sportsline time. All 32 NHL teams in action last night for the first and actually the only time this season, which included the Maple Leafs coming off a big win over Tampa on Monday at home. They were in Columbus to face the lowly Blue Jackets, and it didn't go well.
Now Olivier back with it. That was Aston Reese. Olivier moves it and shoots, scores!
Yeah, totally one-sided and not for the Buds. They were dominated in every facet of the game as the Blue Jackets had a spirited effort. Well, the Leafs just looked tired. Columbus put 3 past rookie Dennis Hildeby in the first and got no better in the second. They were going 5-0 before Toronto was finally able to get on the board. Matthew Knives and Nick Robertson would light the lamp for the Leafs, but not enough as the Jackets spanked Toronto 6-2 the final. Leafs come back home and they host St. Louis tomorrow, who were trying to hand Winnipeg their first loss of the year.
Jets get it back. And then Connor a shot. He scores! What a drive by Kyle Connor. Into the top.
Yeah, Winnipeg, the only team left in the league without a loss, and things looking good when Kyle Connor puts the Jets in flight at the end of the second. They will go up 3-1, and then the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, Connor Hellebuck, did what he does best. Keep the puck out of the net, making a game-saving stop, part of 29 on the Knights. The Jets are now 6-0. After this 3-2 win, let's see it right here. You get your little toe on it and keep it out. Nice one. All right, since we can't show you all 16 games, I do want to highlight the Senators in Utah for the first time after Arizona moved there. And Ottawa was not kind to the newest city in the NHL. They skunked the hockey club 4-0 for their first road win of the season. Anton Forsberg made 31 saves for the shutouts, which I bet made their general manager Steve Staios very happy, and we'll ask him about it. Because listen, he's going to be on the show later this morning as he's getting inducted into the Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame later today. Off to the NBA, who kicked off their new season last night. with 2 games. Included some history in LA as LeBron James and his Lakers kicked off the year with his son, Bronny James, as a member of the team. And late in the second quarter, the two of them checked into the game to make history as the first ever father-son duo to share the court in an NBA game. His brother and sister pretty happy about it. Mom's in there too. Bronny would only play 2 minutes, finished with no points and a rebound. LeBron, who is the oldest player in the league, turning 40 in December. He had 16 in the Lakers' 110-103 win over Minnesota. Anthony Davis led the way with 36. Other game had the champs from Boston showing off their NBA rings along with the Larry O.B. before raising their NBA record 18th championship banner into the rafters. And they dominated the New York Knicks, who were said to be the second best team in the East this season. They were the second best on the court last night as Boston had a record-tying 29 three-pointers in a 132-109 win. Toronto Raptors, they kick off their 30th season tonight when they host Cleveland at the Bank. And finally, just days before the Dodgers opened the World Series against the Yankees, they have lost one of their greats. Team posted that superstar pitcher Fernando Valenzuela has died. He created Fernandemonium in 1981, bursting onto the scene and winning Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young Award. He also won the World Series with the Dodgers, which is the last time they played the Yankees in the Fall Classic. Fernando Valenzuela was 63.
Okay, let's check your traffic and see what's going on outside. 6:11 on your Wednesday. Let's see what's going on out there. Looks fairly busy moving through the Aldershot area, but elsewhere up by Pearson Airport, that was the busiest area a little while ago. Still seems to be much the same. And again, traffic is moving along okay, but it is fairly busy. So if you're heading that way, give yourself just a little extra time. West of 400 not reporting right now. 401 east of Yonge Street moving along okay. Down towards the Niagara area, Garden City Skyway eastbound, very, very light this morning. Ontario Street also showing not much activity. And the Burlington Skyway Bridge, which was busy a few minutes ago, is a little bit lighter right now. Eastbound coming towards us on the left of your screen, looking like that. As you move up to Guelph Line, traffic is building up there. And it looks like it's moving a little on the slower side, but still moving in pretty good shape up by the Ford plant, seeing no major problems out there. So good start to the day, as I said. 6:12. Let's hope it stays that way. We had hoped that our weather would stay the way it was right into maybe February or March of next year. However, that's not the case. Things are going to change. We'll get back to more seasonal conditions today. And this is a cold front that will slide through probably around 1 o'clock today. We thought yesterday that it might be anywhere between 2 and 3, but it looks like it's going to come a little bit earlier right now. So this cold front will slide through, doing a couple of things. First of all, it's going to certainly change the wind direction to the north and help to drop the temperature, but also it's going to trigger a few showers as it rolls through. And here it is right here, very easy to see that line going down, but there's really not much in the way of rain. Chance of rain, maybe 30-40% out there, but again, not much of it. Most of it staying to the north of us into Montreal and the Quebec area. So again, that's what will be in there for tonight as well. High pressure is coming in. Tomorrow will give us some not sunny skies, but dry conditions after that cold front slides through, but still, on the front end of that high, we still have that cold air. And as we get into Friday, another chance, 40% chance of some showers rolling through. Again, not a whole lot, but they are present into the weekend. It looks fairly dry, but again, temperatures certainly on the cooler side. We'll look at that in the extended forecast coming up in the next little while. Right now, here's your temperatures outside. Hamilton, 15 degrees, Grimsby, 16, Mississauga, 16, and Toronto, 15 degrees. So a good start to the day. Still have the remnants of that warm air, but again, that will change when that system comes through. Sun will be up at 7:44 a.m., down at 6:23 p.m. Normal highs 12 degrees, daytime lows of 3 degrees, and we're going to get back to that for today. We're looking for a high of 21 degrees. 50 kilometer-an-hour gusts possible out there, and again, a 40% chance of some showers as the afternoon comes along. Tonight's forecast certainly cooler, 6 degrees, no 11 or 12. Light winds, 40% chance of some showers continues. And tomorrow more cloud than anything else, a high of 13. So again, we're looking at seasonal conditions with light winds. We'll look at the extended forecast and check more on traffic in a few minutes. That's it for now.
Thanks, Stevie. So it's warmer now than it actually should be for the daytime high. I wore a T-shirt to work.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't even wear a jacket.
That's
almost
awesome.
almost the end of October.
You know,
That's going to change
I'm
tomorrow.
going to soak up all that warmth. We need
Yes,
it.
well, changing tomorrow. We're changing things after the break because we're going to check in with Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's coming up in our chit chat on this Wednesday.
And coming up, if you drive a Honda, you might want to tune in to the next story as the automaker is recalling tens of thousands of vehicles in Canada.
Okay, we're just talking about how Simone hates ladybugs and how is that possible?
Bugs. Anything that flies or moves.
Like ladybugs, they're a little cute. They got little dots on them.
And like butterflies are like an absolute no.
Absolute no. And Luke knows that too because one flew at me once and he was like, a butterfly? I'm like, yep.
Like
even a butterfly.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well, we'll just put that in our back pocket for something to hold against Simone. Okay, coming up, we talk about the Martha Stewart documentary. Eminem and Obama are teaming up in Detroit, and Paddington Bear is officially getting a passport.
Do you like Paddington Bear?
I do.
Okay.
Paddington Bear, I do like.
He's got a bug.
We'll see you at the couch in a little bit there, Em. All right, into business news on your Wednesday. Up first, it is coming up on 6:17 is the time. Our dollar is down 5 basis points, trading overseas at 72.34 cents US. Gold up over $12. 27.72 ounces. Crude oil down 65 cents, 71.09 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Good morning, Europe. Trading is down across the board in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
And over in Asia, markets were down in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. In North American markets, the TSX slipped just 6 points. The Dow was also lost only 6 points as well, and the NASDAQ closed 33 points higher.
Okay, good morning. Glad you're with us. Hoping you have a good start to your day. Let's get into some business news and some Honda drivers. This might not be good because they need to have their cars inspected. The automaker is recalling 61,000 vehicles in Canada. So this is due to concerns over a defective high-pressure fuel pump. The pumps, well, they could leak and pose a potential fire hazard. So far, no reports of accidents or any injuries related to this issue. Honda says more than 700,000 vehicles are also being recalled in the U.S. for the same problem. So among the cars included in the recall, there are the 23 and 24 Accords and Accord hybrids, the 25 Civic sedan and sedan hybrids, the 23 through 25 CRV hybrids are also on this list. Any affected vehicle owners will be contacted by mail coming up in December.
Well, profits nudged down at Canadian National Railway in its latest quarter as wildfires and labor disruptions took a toll on operations. The country's largest railway says net income slipped by 2% to $1.09 billion in the 3 months ended September 30th, down from $1.11 billion in the same period a year earlier. The Montreal-based company says third quarter revenues rose 3% to $4.11 billion from $3.99 billion the year before. On an adjusted basis, diluted earnings increased nearly 2% to $1.72 per share, in line with what analysts were expecting. During the quarter, CN faced a grain workers' strike in BC and a countrywide rail lockout in August that snarled some shipments for weeks.
Okay, some of you are not buying your pumpkin spice lattes because Starbucks quarterly results, they have made a disappointing start to the latte season. American stores saw a 6% decline in same-store sales, while company-wide revenue dropped by 3%. So the return of the pumpkin spice latte in late August, well, that is usually a reliable booster of traffic, but didn't seem to help this year. Their CEO says the coffee chain's problems are very fixable, like improving staffing and the mobile ordering experience, and maybe don't have your lattes be $15.
There's that too.
Are you pumpkin spice?
Yes, pumpkin spice, any kind of spice, pecan, all of it. Well, a new report from Manulife shows early retirement can hurt financial resiliency. The report shows retiree experiences vary significantly based on when a person retired and whether it was planned or happened earlier than expected. The survey on financial resilience and longevity found that retiring early shortens the savings period while increasing financial strain during retirement. It also found close to 1 in 4 early retirees consider their debt a problem. This comes at a time when life expectancy is growing around the world. That's a little snapshot of what's making some business news on this Wednesday. Going to take a break.
we get kind of one more nice day with those temperatures before things get back to normal. Steve will have the details right after this.
Welcome back to Morning Live. All right, here we're looking at something that's just developing. Just saw this just now. This is QEW Glendale down by Niagara. I don't know if it's construction. It looks more like construction than anything else, but it is slowing things down in the Niagara area, St. Catharines area. So just be aware of that, and it'll likely be off the roads in just a few minutes, but it is slowing things down through Glendale right now. On the roads, though, otherwise, we seem to be in pretty good shape. Coming out of Niagara into the Stony Creek area, Millen Road, traffic's moving along quite nicely. QEW Skyway slowed down over the last 10 minutes or so. It's 6:24, of course, on Wednesday. And again, eastbound heading away from us on the right of your screen, a little on the slow side right now. West of Brant Street, starting to build up. It's been fairly late until this point, but now we're seeing both east and westbound. Eastbound coming towards us. Certainly a little bit busier up by the Ford plant, seeing no major problems. And west of Winston Churchill Boulevard on the 403, seeing no major problems out there at all. Weather-wise, we do have a change in the temperatures, that's for sure, and first time in how many days? A little bit of shower activity possible here with a couple of fronts going through today and Friday. So our weather forecast hasn't changed a whole lot. Maybe just the timing has been tightened up just a little bit. So we are seeing lots of warm air. So we'll get up to 21 to start the day and into the beginning of the afternoon. However, a little cold front, and you can just see the beginning of it way up here, will slide through. It'll do two things. First of all, it'll trigger 40% chance for some showers. And again, there's not a lot of shower activity with that, but it's also going to change the flow of direction. It's going to move that high pressure out of the way. Here's the warm air. It's going to be shoved aside by the cooler air coming, and this will be our story by the looks of things for the next little while, maybe until May or June. So a little bit of cloud tomorrow, and then we're looking for, again, some showers coming on Friday. Not a lot of rain happening that way, but it is possible out there. Some quick temperatures right now, 15, 16 degrees in most areas as we speak. So a good start to the day, but by the middle of the afternoon, late afternoon, could have some showers, but you still may see just some partly clear skies. There's not a lot of rain by the looks of things. Your evening commute in Hamilton, Niagara, and Halton will be in around 19, 20 degrees, but after that the temperature does fall a little bit. And the extended forecast shows that one more day of 20-degree temperatures. After that, back to more seasonal temperatures. Into the weekend, looks fairly dry, but certainly on the cooler side. Let's look at things for now.
All right, Steve, just before we get to the bottom of the clock, from Edward Scissorhands and Wednesday costumes to Beetlejuice and Corpse Bride sketches, an exhibition opening in London delves into the fantastical world of filmmaker Tim Burton.
Yeah, the world of Tim Burton will showcase a wide range of objects, including some of the director's early childhood sketches to items from his latest productions. The exhibition will look at how Burton's original sketches have been brought to screen, as well as his collaborations with longtime partners, including costume designer Colleen Atwood. The exhibition has toured around the world for over a decade, and the show at the Design Museum, which opened on Friday, will run until April of next year. That looks really cool.
Well, The Nightmare Before Christmas, that's a
classic.
That's a classic too.
Yeah.
Favorites? Got one?
Okay, well, I just realized that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was directed by Tim Burton.
I haven't seen that.
No?
No.
Oh, that one's
Is it
just,
good?
it's a crazy one.
Like the newest one with Timothy Chalamet?
No, not that
Oh,
one. No.
with Johnny Depp.
Yes,
Johnny
that
Depp one, right.
That one was a good one. But, yeah.
I'd have to say the OG Batman that goes back to 1988 with Michael Keaton. That was Tim Burton too.
Oh.
So he's been doing it for years and years and years. Good stuff there.
Yes.
Okay, half hour down. Simone's in on the big
here.
desk for Emily, in for Annette. Lots to come on your Wednesday morning. Getting one more day of the warmer temps. We'll see you in a couple minutes.